Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I hope y'all are doing really well. Today I am in the world of Granite Falls doing a build on the Hermit's house lot, which is a secret lot in this world. You have to explore through the brambles out behind the national park site to get to this. I've never been to this lot before building on it. It's so pretty. It's got like a waterfall and a really nice fishing spot. And the hermit in my game is a woman, and she had a really cute house to begin with. It was one of the better made like EA houses that I've seen, so I was kind of sad to like tear it down, but I think I've given her an upgrade for sure. So it's just this little log cabin out in the woods. I have made this lot off the grid, so none of the electrical appliances will work, no fridge, no typical bathroom, anything like that. So it was a little bit of a challenge, but as you can see, console has finally gotten configurable stairs, and I am so pleased. It made making this house, I don't know if it necessarily made it easier. I think it actually took up more room in this tiny house than the typical stairs would have done, but I couldn't not use it after having waited what seems like years to play for this. So I did decide to use the little U-shaped stairs in here, but I think it looks really nice, and this house turned out so cozy and pretty, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. It's a little bit on the shorter side compared to my massive Victorian house that I shared with you all last week, but I am going to be uploading this on a Monday. So I'm trying to get back to my old typical Monday, Friday schedule. I've been really terrible about doing that these past few weeks. I've just been extremely busy. Every single weekend I'm either working or my husband and I have plans to go somewhere, and it's just really hard for me to find time during the work week to build. So weekends are pretty much my only time that I have to try to make content for you guys. So I am trying to get back in the swing of things. I will be busy through at least mid-November, so just kind of plan for sporadic uploads for me. I'm really sorry about that. But anyhow, I have finished the main look of the house, and I am going to start doing a little bit of landscaping. Now, I don't go too crazy with the landscaping. This lot is not very big, but I did try to kind of make it look like it does fit within these like rock mountains that we have in this lot in Windenburg. So I put a few rocks in that corner right there to kind of look like it's sort of spilling out from the mountain that's already behind the house. And then I go through both the trees that we actually get in the game and the debug menu trees to kind of like include the evergreens, as well as these, I think they're hawthorn trees. If I'm remembering correctly, there's like the really large hawthorn trees that we got with Get Together, and then there's the smaller ones that we already have. I think they're with base game actually. And so I tried to kind of mix those in. I thought they looked really nice in the sort of fall colors that we've got going on. So that was really nice. I don't know if you all noticed me playing around with the foundation for this. So I wanted to at least put one stair step in this for this house, like a step up onto the porch. It would not let me adjust the height of the foundation. It was really strange. It would let me do it, but I had to bring it up like 20 feet. It seemed like it was really high, like way too high for this house. So I was a little bit disappointed with that, because I really did want to put like a stilt porch on it and make it look very rustic and mountainous, I guess, but I just couldn't do that. Has anyone else had that glitch, or is it a glitch? Is it just something that happens when you build on unbuildable lot, or typically unbuildable lots? Because I did have to use a cheat to be able to build on the Hermit's lot. So is that the reason why? Because it was giving me a really strange error, but anyhow, no big deal. I think it looks cute without it. You are seeing me add a few like tree ferns and bushes and things like that. I decided to use plants primarily that came from the Outdoor Retreat pack, both in the game and in the debug menu. So I use those like really dark purple bushes with the flowers on them. Those are so pretty. I don't think I've used those before. They don't necessarily fit all the time, but I really liked them here. There's supposed to fit in this world, so that was really great. I keep saying Get Together. This is not Windenburg. This is not Windenburg. This is Granite Falls. I don't know why I keep thinking that this is Windenburg. I apologize for that. This is Granite Falls that came with Outdoor Retreat. There we go. But yeah, finishing up the sort of like tree and plant landscaping here. I do put a little bit in the front yard once I get sort of how I want the front yard to look figured out. I've got these little clumps of trees around, and I used those dark purple bushes as well as the wildflowers that came with Outdoor Retreat. They're really pretty. They've got like this orange and blue and white type of thing in them, and they're just really nice. So I include those as kind of filler rather than my typical yellow flowers. And I put the little campfire item in the front, as well as a couple of tree stumps for our Sims to sit on and chat, and this little fence that is from the debug menu that also came with Outdoor Retreat. I really, really like it. It's very easy to put together and make it look cohesive while, not using the drawing the fence tool. So I thought that was really nice, and I really like that little area with the campfire. I think that's very cozy with that really nice tree in the front. But anyway, and I decided to add this little corner piece with the fence right here to kind of not completely close off the front yard, but give it sort of the look like that's what she's going for. And then because this house is off the grid, I included the wash bucket and clothesline, as well as these couple of little beekeeper huts. I think those are so cute. I really like how they look in that front yard. I was kind of struggling with what to put in that little corner, so that was nice. As I also include a couple of potted plants and the woodworking table. I kind of wanted this house to feel like the hermit built it herself, so I've got the little woodworking table, and then inside with a few of the furnishings, I decided to try to use like the stool item that we have from the debug menu and a couple of other things that could be homemade. They look a little bit better than homemade, but she's just very skilled. Anyway, moving on to the front porch, I put a couple of plants on there, as well as those little like straw and wood chairs. I think those are really, really pretty. Now in here you do see me have electric lights, and I had forgotten at this point that it was an off the grid lot, so I put that fridge in, but I do remember here in a couple of minutes to take it out. And I will remove all of the lights. I just needed to be able to see what I was doing, because for some reason I'm building at nighttime. Anyhow, moving on to figuring out the kitchen. I used that little stove that I used in another sort of rustic build that pretty much looks like this one. I'm just in that mood to build really cozy, warm, brown autumn builds, I guess. So that's kind of what I'm inspired to do. So that's what I wanted to do today. But anyhow, I've got the main things in place in the kitchen, and you're seeing me put a little bitty tiny dining table and just one little chair in, just a place for her to sit and eat. And then I'm going to put in the main furniture for the living area. It's not a room, it's a living area. I think I was able to fit one little love seat and a little chair in there. I was going to go with this one because the colors really match the curtains very nicely, but I wanted it to be darker wood and sort of look like she could have built it. I don't know if that's really what I kind of went for, but that's what I had in my head. And I've got the two little stools on the side. I put flowers on one, and I also put these candles on the other. These candles are my favorite candles when it comes to building off the grid. So when I built my Hobbit houses, it was so hard to get enough light because the Hobbit houses were underground. So I had to use those candles everywhere, but they worked out really nice, and I was really pleased with them. I also used this opportunity to put all of those fall decoration items around and about, like the little fall candle centerpieces, because I thought they were so pretty. But yeah, I skipped ahead a little bit. My video did go out, but all you're seeing is me just figure out things to put in the kitchen, little clutter items to put about. Again, this kitchen very much resembles the last tiny. I don't know if this is the last tiny house I did. It was the first tiny house I did when I first got get together. So it has that sort of Tudor quality to it. It's not quite the same as the log cabin feel, but they do have very similar kitchens with those dark floating shelves and just a bunch of little apothecary bottles and herbs and things like that. The hermit obviously lives off the land, so she's very, very well versed in foraging and getting all of her food ingredients and things from her garden. So I decided to include things like that. I've got a fillet of fish on that little debug cutting board, as well as that asparagus. I thought that looked really, really nice. I didn't clutter this kitchen up too much. I kept it pretty simple, but I did like to, put a lot of bottles and things on the shelf. I also included that bookshelf right there from Cats and Dogs. I scooted it into the stairs a little bit to give her a little bit more room to walk around, but that is pretty much it for the downstairs. I put in that little off the grid shower that you can get. I did include also a bathroom bush outside, so your sim is not completely lost. And of course, they've got the sink in the kitchen, so everything can happen. It's not exactly like a realistic real house, but it's all right. And then I've got this loft area up here. Just the only thing I could really fit up here without it clipping into the kitchen was a bed, or the roof was a bed, a dresser, and a little stand with a candle on it for, some light in there. And that's pretty much it for this little tiny build. So thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. It was really, really fun to build this one. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more off the grid rustic cabins in the future, because that's what I love. Anyway, thanks, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.